Okay, I'm trying. Oh, fuck. I'm trying the best people's eyebrow I can, as permissible as my face is compositioned to let me do so. And I'm failing miserably at that, and I can't even. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. I mean, my eyebrows are still thinned and cleaned out enough to like kind of pull it off a little bit, but yeah. People's eyebrow, for the sake of, as you can see, pinned in the fucking comment right here, what we're doing tonight for Who This Been Watching, starring me, Who This, of course, here on Instagram, at Who This Is One. Thank you for joining me live here on Instagram, as we tend to do normally Fridays at 10 p.m. That is a designated day, night, and time for the live editions of Who This Been Watching, which we'll do here first, pre-recorded, well, not pre-recorded, live recorded here on Instagram, the uncut, uncensored, and uncircumcised edition of Who This Been Watching. First on Instagram, and then a couple days later, after the fact, whatever, or when it makes sense during the following week to do so, up on YouTube, youtube.com/Who This Is One, as well as the audio version, available on every podcasting platform of your preference and or choice. So yes, I'm here now. I do apologize for being late. What happened right now is actually kind of stupid and embarrassing, but I'm sure it's happened to all of yous out there, and hopefully I don't share, I'm not having to die on this hill per se alone. Just fix my mic up again. That's better. So as far as we're concerned right now, I'm late. Fashionably, obviously, I had to get my props and everything ready. I was ready. But then all of a sudden, as I'm walking to where I'm about to record, son of a bitch, I think it's like the universe knew I was going to record tonight about a show specifically. Not a movie this time, a show. So a whole season that involves a lot of physicality and throwing people to the ground and getting injured potentially, and or fake pretend like, because it's about wrestling. So as soon as I'm walking into the room where I'm about to record and shit, oh fuck, I step on something, an unidentified foreign object. It's like they threw it right in front of where I was gonna step just to injure me, just to take me out for the night. I step on that shit, my big toe, I go, ow! As far as I shouldn't, because the way I sound, that's the liveliest, that's the most alive I sound ever. So I let out one of those just to recreate, ow, for the sake and purposes of, because legit, I hurt myself. I wish I said I stubbed my toe, because then I could show you the black and blue. No, something mysterious got on the bottom of my big toe, my left big toe to be specific. I'm not about to put my feet on the internet, so you're not going to get that image regardless. So no wiki feet for me, no entry please on anyone's behalf. Let mine alone. But yeah, I stepped on that, and it's one of those little things you step on. I still don't know what the fuck it was. It might have been like, you know what? I think it was one of those little plastic things that they use to attach the tags to the clothing you buy from, give or take, any store you can name, Macy's and or Target or whatever the fuck. And it was so thin and unsuspicious like. The way it's put together, so thin and little, insignificant, that you'd think nothing of it to step on it. But it like propped itself up in an angle. It went into my fucking left big toe underneath, jabbed me, and for the sake of not screaming again, ow, is what I said, legit. And well, yeah, I was delayed. So call me a pussy, call me weak, call me whatever, as someone did right now. Team Castile, oh God, I'm going to mess it up. You corrected me, I'm going to mess it up, and hello to you again. Thank you for joining, of course, team_Castellon. Hopefully I got it right. And also Party Marty 35 for joining the live. Yeah, it's, yeah, I'm a weakling for that, I'm a pussy for that, I'm sorry. It's just, I couldn't help but give into the moment. I was like so antsy about getting here, getting ready in time to like do this thing, and then all of a sudden I'm selling. I'm holding my foot for like at least a good 5-10 minutes like I'm a wrestler. I hurt myself like that. But yeah, neither here nor there. Team_Castellon. You don't know pain until you stepped on a Lego with a bare foot. Yes, I've heard about that, and thank God I haven't gone through that, because I haven't played with Legos since I was like, I don't know, maybe 17 or something. I'm kidding. Okay, maybe like 8, 9 or something like that, more like a normal age. But yeah, I've heard, I haven't had to deal with it myself as far as a Lego brick or block on a barefoot. It's like jabbing. It's a pain no one wants to necessarily deal with. But yeah, shout out to you, team _Castellon, for joining as well. I appreciate you just like everybody else who comes through, Tuttle Live, chiming in, participating, being active as far as the comments and feedback's concerned for who has been watching. So again, tonight, as you can see pinned in the comment, without further ado, let's jump into this thing. Now listen, I haven't done a series or a show in a while, so I figured what better than to do it with something I have to divulge. If I haven't yet already, I'm going to elaborate. It's due to the fact that I used to, again, emphasis on, I used to be a fan of wrestling. I was since I was like 4 or 5 years old, watching from that age onwards. And it's always been a part of my life as far as like the only, again, quote unquote, sport I've ever watched from as young as I can remember, like 4 or 5 years old, like I said, till most recently now. Now, I say most recently because it's just now, as of WrestleMania 37, which was 3-something weeks ago, I think, I said I had enough. That's it. No timeout, no pause, no nothing. I'm completely pulling out. It's like mid-sex, regret it, pull out before you nut, hopefully, and there's no drip, pre-cum before that. And it's not too late. We have to commit anyways because you got fully involved like that. I was fully involved, but I was able to pull back. And I was able to pull out. And just, before I regret any further having made the mistake of being a wrestling fan for so long. I say that because it's gotten overall, in a nutshell, boring, too dragged out, too kind of sprawled out, too much to like commit to. And Monday Night Raw, better yet said, 8 to 11 p.m., those 3 hours weekly started to seem like more of a chore than it ever did like something to actually enjoy that was worthwhile. So I'm very conscious of the decision I made. I'm proud of myself. I'm grown up enough to admit and own that I'm absolutely done with wrestling. No more Raw, SmackDown. SmackDown was bearable, tolerable for like a good while, but Raw was like pulling teeth practically. It's 3 hours of just putting up with why the fuck and who the fuck is actually dumb enough, old enough at this point to even still like do this shit. Well, I finally said, you know what, I had to pull the plug on that shit and dead it. Shout out to a bunch of people coming in. This thing's like a little late. Team _Castellon, you should do a Falcon, Winter Soldier, or even a WandaVision review. I would. And I do love the Marvel shit like that. I love them both. Falcon, Winter Soldier more than WandaVision, even though WandaVision was unique in itself, like quirky, kind of like different. I like that it was different. Just, you wouldn't have expected that from WandaVision, of all things. That would have been more like an Iron Man, kind of Spider-Man, quirky kind of show series. And Winter Soldier was just straight up taking up where literally Captain America left the mantle, picked that up and took it and ran with it. But I don't know it that well, where I don't want to get torn apart. Not like I'm scared, but I don't want to get nitpicked or torn apart by the real Marvel fans that know the shit from the comics and everything before the cinematic universe. So I'm respectful and mindful of that. I would, but I don't know enough to be like, hidden characters, or this is alluding to this shit, or whatever else too. Like even Thanos. I seen Thanos before. I had the comic where he was, where he like debuted, or he was like the main guy, or whatever. I was younger. Like my mom used to buy like comics from the Jamaican on the corner who would sell them for like half the price because he stole them, of course. Allegedly. I'm not saying anything racist or stereotypical. I'm just saying the guy literally stole comics and he would just resell them at a cheaper price. And Thanos was one of the guys, but I had to do my research on Thanos when they showed Thanos. Like, I knew the face, but I was like, I don't remember the story that well. So, with all due respect to the MCU universe, I stay away from that stuff because I don't know enough. I stick to stuff that I genuinely want to have a reaction to, or that I might know good enough, but you never know. Maybe with Loki. Loki looks like something I'd really be into because I love Loki from Thor and Avengers and all that shit. So maybe with Loki, I'll do my research, due diligence, make notes, and then try to go in, divulge with Loki once that's done. But yeah, thanks for that. That's a good suggestion, though, team_Castellon. Appreciate it. Shout outs to 810_versus_the_the world, otherwise known as on Twitch, Villain the Vaughn as well. Shout outs as always to one half of the Dirty Heels podcast with a Z, Kenneth_Stones with a Z as well at the end of Stones. Shout outs to All I Do Is Mix as well, doing this thing on the West Coast as we speak right now. He traveled all the way, I think accidentally, to Seattle to go look at rocks on the West Coast, because, oh, ha, 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 there are rocks on the West Coast on the beach, ha, ha, ha. We have that here at Far Rockaway, but he's too pussy to go over there by himself, or too cheap to pay the toll, or whatever, I don't know. But, yeah, 810 versus the world. Hey, what's up, bro? I just want to drop in. I'm doing a live reaction right now. Cool. Appreciate that, brother. I know you're doing your thing as often as you do on Twitch. Follow him, twitch.tv/VillainLeVaughn. Does his thing, knows a lot. And always fun to chime in and watch with him. Ken the Stones, I feel you on that, bro. I'm assuming about the Raw thing, and I don't watch it. LOL, got a wrestling podcast. Yeah, I feel you about that. Party Marty 35, hey, how was your day today, buddy? Hey, how's it going, brother? I know you've been following me for a little bit. I think I just followed you back recently. I apologize for not picking up on that sooner, but thanks. Appreciate you for chiming in, coming through, commenting, of course. Let's see. Kenneth Stones, have you watched the new Michael B. Jordan movie called No Remorse? I'm scared to watch it. I'm a Michael B. Jordan fan. I've liked him ever since I saw him. I want to say I know he's been doing this thing for a while, but the first time I paid attention to him, Betty had said, was Fruitvale Station. I love that movie a lot. But I do have to be one of those guys to criticize a little thing that bothers me about that. The only thing that bothered me about Fruitvale Station was not Michael B. Jordan. He was great. This is before he got all swole, pumped up, and like ripped to shreds like he is right now for Creed and for when he did his thing with Killmonger and Black Panther. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, of course. The only thing that bothered me about Fruitvale Station, besides it being a great movie, beautifully told, well acted, all that together, they kind of, and this is no disrespect to Oscar Grant, they kind of sanctified him a little too much, I feel. I'm not going to say I'm right. It's just my opinion, me speaking that out loud. But I don't like when someone dies, it's only until after they die they try to like clean up anything they might have done before that. Had they been a normal guy, unfortunately in the case, obviously, of Oscar Grant, he was a victim of police brutality. Shot dead in that BART train station over there on Oakland, I believe it was. Yeah, Oakland, because when I went to the West Coast, California specifically, like 3 years ago, maybe 4. Any of the wrestling fans out there, when New Japan had their very first show in the States on the West Coast in LA, I went specifically for that. I was that dedicated to wrestling, where I went for that weekend, got front row seats for both nights, but I made a whole 2-week plan to be out there on the West Coast. So I made it one of my points when I got out there to Oakland to see the actual station itself, which really disappointed me, but I'll get back to the point about the movie. I just feel like they kind of cleaned him up a little too much. Like, okay, he did his dirt, he did his thing, young black male growing up, of course, not everyone's guilty, I'm not saying that, but they're trying to make it seem like a little bit too innocent, besides the fact that he was killed dead by a stupid, dirty cop. That's always wrong. I felt sad about that when it happened in the news, and the way it was presented on the film itself was even more impactful. It meant a lot. I just feel like they maybe tried to clean up his act too much leading into what had happened. He was, regardless of whatever past he had, he was a victim still. A life lost and a life taken from us. I mean, we're all humans, so that's why I say us. Obviously, I lack melatonin. I need a tan. I would benefit from some West Coast sun right there. So I am mixed. You're out there on the West Coast, make sure you bring back some in your pocket, or you smuggle it somewhere, maybe even up your ass, and bring me back some sun so I can get some color on me. Please, I'm begging you. I appreciate it too. But whatchamacallit? Back to the point though. Also, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So when I went to go to Oakland exclusively to actually visit that station, I was really let down when the train station itself, I don't know if it was for a while, a little bit, whatever, No mentions, no murals, no nothing there at all for Oscar Grant. You had to go to some school like a little town over and take the train like 1 or 2 stops further out to, I don't even know what the name of the town was. I just Google mapped it. I went there. I saw like a little thing on the side of a school, which is like, oh shit, it like, what is this? This is embarrassing. Like a whole young man died, left behind a daughter. It was on the news. It took long enough for them to actually convict the guy that did it and find him to be guilty. It took long enough for them to acknowledge what had happened. It took long enough for them to actually, do something, have a movie in his memory, presenting his life on film to others so that they can see that this life was taken from us all and this is the most he got out of it. Like, okay, don't dedicate the whole train station to him again. Don't, rename a street after him. Okay, I get it, but just barely plastered on the side of a school that was so far removed from where he actually died bothered me a little bit. But then who am I to say anything, right? But otherwise, I love that movie. It makes me too sad to watch it over and over again. I watched it like maybe 2 or 3 times, and that's enough for me because it seems to be like what do you call it? It's a little bit too bittersweet for me, like to watch it. Beautifully acted, but like a sad tale at the end of the day. So, long story short, getting back to your point, Ken Stones. No, I haven't watched it yet. No remorse. I don't like the title so much, so I'm kind of leaning towards, I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of jumping the gun. I might be assuming or stereotyping it because of a bad name, bad titled movie. I'm not looking forward to it too much, but I'll check it out. I do like Michael B. Jordan, so I'll make sure to check it out, though. Thank you for the recommendation. Party Marty 35. Yes, I've seen your video on Von Podcast. Is the bomb on So Damn Funny, buddy? Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't even see your live request. Let me see. Party Marty, if you're still here, let me just hold on. I can actually hear you. Oh, it's probably lost already. Okay, never mind.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, how are you, Party Marty 35?
Pretty good. You?
All right, not too bad. Saturday, it's late. Most people are sleeping. I'm here recording and screaming, and bitching about movies.
Yeah, I love your talk on the movies too. I got to see the new Mortal Kombat movie. Still, it's gonna be awesome. Probably one.
Well, as far as you mean the movie or the review I did for it?
I saw the review. I think the review you were talking about too, and it was awesome. It was
nice.
Good.
Appreciate it. I mean, I try to be as honest as I can with every review too. So no stigma, no bias, nothing like that too. I wanted to enjoy it. I was looking forward to it, but
nice. Yeah, I like watching the movies, but also like playing the video games of it too.
Yeah, of course. Video games is fun. I'm sure like a good stress relief, if anything, too. But that's the thing. I wanted to love the movie. I was ready to love it, but then I had to walk away from it. Like the blood, the gore was, there, but it could have been there like 25 years ago with the old one too.
Oh, really?
It could have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first one was like PG-13, so they couldn't do all the beheadings and nothing like they did now.
I love action. I love action movies. It's like all like good movies too.
Oh, there's a team_Castillon says she hasn't seen it yet, so let's not ruin it for her. But if you want, the review is available to watch. Or you can watch it after you see the movie. But I had high hopes for it. I'm sure like you did, Party Marty. But I don't know. Did you see it yet or no?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so I won't even hint at it yet. So
my friend's seen it and he said it's good though. He likes it.
Okay, I mean, listen, it's split crowd. It seems like I respect everybody else's thoughts, but at least if you ask me, and if you've seen the review already, like you mentioned, I stand where I stand. I can't go back and take my word back on it. Then I'd have to do a whole new episode, and then you'd call me a liar. That wouldn't be good for business.
No, I wouldn't call you a liar. Don't worry. Oh, it's my puppy.
Oh, what's the dog's name?
Luna.
Luna, how are you?
She looks like Chewbacca from Star Wars. Yeah,
like a bleach blonde Chewbacca.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing me on.
Yeah, no, thank you for chiming in. I appreciate the support, and make sure to check me out whenever you can, and let me know what you got going on too. I'll always try to give support back.
Yeah, I will. I'll do one Irish car bomb for you. I do this this is why they call me Party Marty. Yeah, I'll do one for your good videos. And I saw you doing Vaughn's commercial. It was awesome too.
Oh, okay, right. Bill and Levon. Yeah, yeah. Shout outs
Yeah,
to him always. Always
yeah.
supporting and appreciate him a
He's such
lot.
a good guy too. Here's one
It
for
ain't
you.
a party without Marty, huh?
1, 2, 3.
Oh shit. Oh, you're committed, man. I
Yeah.
can't do that no more.
Thank you again.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. You have a good one, all right? Stay
Hey,
tuned if
bye
you
for
can.
now. Have a good
All right,
one.
man. Take care,
Bye.
bro. Bye to Luna. Nice. Thanks again to Party Marty 35 for that. I appreciate the car bomb, the Irish car bomb, I think you said. Uh, yeah, we'll assume. I think he said, we'll presume he said Irish car bomb. So yeah, that's fun. That's cool. And don't drink and drive, because there was that old joke my friend told me from like a young age. Don't drink and drive because you might spill your drink. Wink, wink. No, I'm kidding, of course. Please don't legit drink and drive. Don't do that to yourself or whoever travels with you. We got the heart eye emoji from team_Castellon due to Luna, of course, a special hairy guest, Luna. Yeah, a very cute dog, very hairy, very untrimmed, unkempt dog. But that's no judgment there. I had a dog. He was very short haired and neat, whatever. But he was he was almost like a cat. He'd almost groom himself too. I know there's a breed of dog does it actually named the Basenji, which I might buy later on when I revisit that time in my life of getting a dog. They groom themselves. They lick themselves like cats. They're really, really neat. They're super cool. I love that breed. I used to have a mini pincher, like a miniature Doberman. He used to do the same thing. I don't know if you ever met or like ran into a Basenji before, but he would just do it, take it upon himself to like lick himself clean, which is odd but cool. I appreciate that though. But yeah, shout outs again to Party Marty. Always appreciate that. Feel free to drink and watch. Feel free to drink and pet your dog, but don't, slap your dog because you had one too many, Irish car bombs. Just take it easy, everybody. Relax. It's Saturday. It's late. Take it all in one at a time, one Irish car bomb at a time. Shout outs again shout outs primarily, I didn't even say it before, to him, to the real_Super Nitro, the bro, the fam. He knows already. I believe he had a match today, it seems like, from his posting on Instagram earlier today. Super Nitro, always grateful to have him come by and chime in, whatever, too, as well. As well as, oh God, I think it's like _J.Davis_ at the very end. Triple for joining as well. Thank you, sir, for joining in as well. And as we continue on with the review of Young Rock, an NBC sitcom brought to us by $7 Production, which is the production team, I believe. It's obviously The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but I think it's also co-managed, co-headed up by his ex-wife, not current wife, ex-wife. I want to say Danny Garcia. It might be Danny. I might just be butchering it because it's Dany. So you know how some people get. They have their parents, or they purposely misspell their own name, but they insist on the pronunciation that's been whitewashed for years, but then they get offended regardless or whatever. So, we're not Starbucks baristas. We're not out here to butcher your name purposely. It's just, we got to deal with what we've been dealt with. That's all. But yeah, co-produced, I believe she helps him out with the production. And so, yeah, they pretty much pitched it, I believe, to NBC, which is like a big enough network to actually take a risk and invest on a sitcom based on The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's early life as a child, high school, college, and then eventually, we haven't seen much of that yet, season 1, of a younger, just starting in the WWF Rock, or back when he started, Rocky Johnson, the son of Rocky Soulman Johnson. Sorry, Rocky Maivia. He was Rocky Maivia in homage to Rocky Johnson, and paying homage with the Maivia part to his grandfather, Peter Maivia. But yeah, it's crazy to think that it went mainstream enough where he could shop that with NBC, which is a big network. Of course, if you're familiar at all, as I was a fan of wrestling up until a certain point. WrestleMania 37 was like my pullout. hard pullout. It was still hard, and I had to pull out. Just kidding, of course. But yeah, it's crazy to think that they have to deal with the WWE for Peacock. They took the whole network and switched over to NBC's Peacock service. So they're everybody's joke that's a wrestling fan is they're over on the cock now. They're on the cock and all that. Everything you get is on the cock and whatnot. So it's a lot of pause. It's a lot of fucking this, that, the other. I gotta ditch this mic since I pulled out already. Pulled out the lapel mic. But yeah, it's funny to think because I would have thought had the WWE network stayed alive, I think I wouldn't be surprised if this would have ended up on the network instead. But then again, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or Dwayne Johnson, let's put respect on his name, has made it to a point where he's bigger than wrestling. It's thanks to wrestling he got known, of course, because he comes from a family of, oh, no surprise, wrestlers. Grandfather was a wrestler. Fucking dad was a wrestler. Rocky Soulman Johnson, rest in peace, as well to, Peter Maivia, High Chief. He's the first third generation wrestler to actually debut and have a successful career, obviously, since he's still now, I think, the highest paid. Is it just male actor or like actor, regardless of gender definitions and whatever, too? On top of the world right now, the most paid of all the actors is Dwayne The Rock Johnson, a wrestler he started out as. Comes from a family of it, sure. They were famous before he was even born. They were known and shit, but to an extended amount of people, to a limited crowd who were only into wrestling, where way before both the world of wrestling and entertainment, came together as one, as per Vince McMahon's, let's admit it, genius. Because as much as wrestling fans nowadays, I was one of them too, very guilty of that, we're not enjoying what he's been doing lately, or as of, let's say, the last 10 years, if anything, too. With wrestling overall, you can't deny that wrestling needs to go hand in hand with the entertainment aspect to keep the people filling the seats, watching on the TV, subscribing to the networks, be it the WWE network beforehand or the Peacock, excuse me. There's going to be a lot of cock coming out of my mouth potentially just because of Peacock, and that's what the name of the service is. So pause in advance. I'm just telling you right now. Let me take a sip just to wet the whistle, just in case. A lot of cock. I'm sorry. Peacock. So I've always been a proponent of that. And The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is the living embodiment, the perfect example to follow as far as balancing both the wrestling and the entertainment. Because, of course, why not? He was one of the most entertaining of the wrestlers from when he debuted. Okay, not when he debuted, because if you remember, if you know the wrestling from back when he started, people hated him. So, yes, thank you, Team Castellon, for the eggplant emoji. Sorry, there's no cock emoji unless you're referring to the rooster. We're not on the farm here. So I'd like to broadcast one day from the farm and have like a rooster like peeking over my shoulders. Like, get this cock off me. God damn it, I'm trying to broadcast here. Just for cheap jokes like that, like a dad joke kind of thing. But yeah. Shout out to I Am Flow God, of course. He did a big thing for himself too today, I believe, in Times Squares, doing a lot of promo for, whoever's running the I Am Flow God page, because I Am Flow God, I think Flow God just disappeared, and now we got this mystery guy under a ski mask or whatever kind of mask that is, and we got to like get him to 10,000 followers to unlock who the real guy is running the fucking I Am Flow God page. So where is Flow God? I'd love to know. But that's a mystery in itself. Shout out to Flow God, though, on a real non-ski mask tip. Shout out to him, of course. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So The Rock didn't start out popular. People hated him because he had like funny hair and like the stupid outfit kind of. But he was like big, tan, bronze, doing his thing. He had the size, the look, the build of a wrestler, but he just didn't have the appeal. He was like smiling all the time and being happy and giddy. Hey, I'm happy to be here and wrestling in front of people. Yay! Whatever. Obviously, The Rock sounds more of a man than I do, but he was doing his thing. People hated it though. to the point where they'd have signs up of, I remember because I was actually watching too at this time, signs up being held up when he would wrestle, die Rocky die, like legit wanting a man to die. So came back, reinvented himself, said fuck all of this, just gonna be myself as best as I can. Went from uh Rocky Maivia, said fuck that, pushed it aside. I'm coming back as The Rock, not Rocky or nothing. So boom, thus a star was born, because that's my favorite era. I mean, taking it back to old school wrestling talk, we're not going to make it wrestling heavy, even though the sitcom is wrestling, heavy per se. But that's my favorite era of The Rock, when he just stopped giving a fuck, started dressing up in the $800 Versace shirts and the fucking Gucci loafers, which The Rock was unofficially the first Dominican in wrestling, before No Way Jose and anybody else who might have existed. But listen, with no socks and loafers on, that's dirty, nasty boy vibes. That's fucking hookah lounge, uptown somewhere, random spot, being in an actual lounge on a club on the corner or someone's fucking rooftop, if anything, too. Stinking up the loafers they just bought for that fucking night only and to never wear again because they stunk it up. Took one whiff of it. Ay, diablo, tira pa lado. And that's it. The Rock's the first unofficial Dominican in professional wrestling. So, sorry, No Way Jose. So, you missed out on that. And also, God, what's her name? I think Marty Bell. I think that's the name. She's wrestling right now, Marty Bell. She's a young, pretty thing, Dominican, by the way, doing the thing. But yeah, don't no one sound more like a man than you do with your deep head. Thank you, Flow God, or mysterious person passing off as Flow God. But no, The Rock in that era, The Rock when he like would slow his roll, like really pronounce his words and give the deep, profound, hilarious promos, cutting ass on everybody when he ruined Billy Gunn's career and he ruined so many others just by talking them down and shit. I mean, that's my favorite era of The Rock, because it would just be the promos, the fucking him talking on the microphone alone, roasting somebody was entertaining enough. That's all I need to watch tonight. Good night. I don't need to watch the rest of SmackDown. I don't need to watch the rest of Raw, even though it was better during those times, or at least more enticing, more scandalous, whatever, too, however we want to remember it from back when. But what I don't miss so much about The Rock was when he left for Hollywood. And I wasn't insulted. I understood that, you can't wrestle forever. You can't be putting your body through all that stress and agony, like I'm sure Super Nitro can attest to. I mean, he's doing it right now as a pro, even if it's on the indie scenes. It's eventually he's going to get signed to something bigger. So it's just a matter of waiting and being patient, It puts a lot of stress on the body. So when he did the Scorpion King and came back, he came back a little too amped, too lively, too like all over the place. Like it was just weird. It wasn't a Rock anymore. It was like, but he didn't change either. He still seemed to be like the same centered guy, but like he kind of took in the energy from like a film set, or like it just came back more annoying. Like he would talk calmly, he would talk in a slow manner. He wouldn't try to be funny. He just was, by just speaking and roasting people like that too, whoever it was. But then when he came back, it'd be a lot of whoa, 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 Roody Poo Candy Ass, all over the place. Like kind of The Rock on Ritalin or something, or with ADHD or something like that. Or they hit the part of his head where he knocked the brain loose and he just started losing control of himself whenever he'd like get in front of people anymore. How is it you wear the damn hat and never move the ears? Oh shit, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I have to make up for the time lost this whole episode. That's why I changed the rating system, by the way, to incorporate forcefully the ears. Just so I'm supposed to emphasize certain points with it too, or just kind of like make it known that it's up and stuck in the cloud at least too. We're not doing that Cardi WAP shit over here. I don't have a wet ass pussy, so believe me, you don't need to see that. But yeah, the rating system is now forcefully incorporating the ears. Basically, like just to touch on that as we will later, to actually rate the show itself. It'll be no ears is bad, it's trash. Like take that shit somewhere else. We don't care about that. Half an ear up is like out of 2 ears, obviously. I don't have 4 otherwise. Half an ear is bad, but it's not terrible or horrible or like something needs to be aborted, film wise, I mean. fully invested ear is like, oh, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. Okay, intermediate, man, whatever. Then we got one ear up here and then half an ear up there. It's like, oh, it's great. It's almost a classic. Then once we get the full on 2 ears and shit, made in China, of course, can't rely on it. 2 ears, it's a classic. It's a masterpiece. It's Godfather 1, 2, fuck 3 level. It's Rocky 1 and 2 level. Fuck 3, 4, and 5. And I like Creed, not so much Creed 2, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, we'll be getting more of the ear action later on too. So it's forcefully incorporated because of high demand of getting some ear action involved. So forgive me, pardon me, we'll be getting a lot more involved. So don't worry about that. But also shout outs to CJ753747 for joining the live as well, as we still keep it flowing and going with the goddamn Young Rock sitcom. Listen, I talked about enough The Rock early on the wrestling days. It's surprising to me now that there's a whole audience of The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson fans that don't know he's a wrestler. Because if we look at him, just physically speaking wise, body wise, all that wise, there's no actor that has a build, stature, composition physically for no other reason than to just be big as fuck like The Rock would. So why would an actor, why would Christian Bale, if he wanted to be a serious actor, ever be 6'5", 300 pounds of pure fucking muscle stacked on top of each other like Lego bricks practically? For no reason other than to just be big or just genetically predisposed to be humongous or built like a fucking brick wall like that. No, there's no reason. Most of your favorite actors, like, I'm bigger than, or I'm just at their height pretty much, literally. But then The Rock is like a whole half a head bigger than everybody else. Why wouldn't you think he was a wrestler or like a football guy or something of the sorts beforehand before he got into acting? But it's crazy to think that there's a whole audience that not even familiar with his wrestling past, which is crazy and speaks levels to himself, because that means people out there actually consider The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, to be that good an actor that they wouldn't think he was a wrestler ever. Which blows my mind, kind of like, wait a minute, hold up. What? Can we please rewind the clock as far as what The Rock had done before Young Rock now, where he's so popular he earned a sitcom based solely on his life growing up before he became The Rock now? Do we not remember this man played a tooth fairy? I forget the name of the movie. Thank God I don't remember. I just caught it randomly halfway through on one of the HBOs, and I pulled out hard because it's The Rock in a tutu. I think the Tooth Fairy or something like that. And then there was The Rock doing like a slew of Disney movies at some point too, where he was like thinner. He was like, the face was too angular and too cut up. He looked like part Ethiopian. He was like licking dirt just to fucking get something in his stomach. He was starving so much. And the weird hair and whatnot too. For a while there, he wasn't, fooling anybody. He wasn't Oscar caliber Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Or he wasn't, at least Golden Globe nominated. We're never nominating The Rock for nothing. I'm sorry. Maybe this show, because it's actually halfway decent and low-key funny, legitimately, without even involving wrestling that much, maybe that could get Golden Globe nominated, win an Emmy or something like that. But The Rock, purely as an actor? That's dramatic pausing right there, by the way. I'm just doing my part as an actor, playing the role of stunned fucking idiot, talking out loud, bitching out loud about The Rock, the fucking Young Rock NBC sitcom. But yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want to shit on The Rock. I'm not in the Cleveland Steamers, but also metaphorically speaking as well too, I don't want to shit on The Rock. I hold this fondness for him, growing up with him as one of my favorite wrestlers, just because he was hilarious on the mic, just because he looked, talked, carried himself, was built like a wrestler. There was Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin 316, all that shit. No disrespect to Austin. I fuck with Austin too, but he's if we had to compare it to Prince and Michael Jackson, The Rock is Prince, Austin is Michael Jackson, and I'm a Prince boy all day. Rest in peace, Prince. Of course, his 50th year passing just passed right now on 4/21. So Prince over MJ, Rock over Austin. That's not saying he's necessarily that much better, because Austin, when he was the man on top of shit, he was running the whole fucking show. But the coolest, the one that everybody wanted to be like, was The Rock. I got to edge it out just that much, because at least The Rock could like jump back up on his feet whenever he got knocked down, the kip up as they call it. And he had, the rock bottom, he had the people's elbow, he was actually pulling off moves and shit. Now, granted, if you do the knowledge, and I know most of you don't give a fuck anyway, because this is wrestling nerd shit, but Austin, when he was popular, he was strictly brawler. He'd gotten injured, came back from a neck injury that could have ended his life, let alone his career, and had to strictly stick to just fists, punch, and the stunner. And even the stunner was doing damage to him because he had to land on his fucking ass bone every single time he hit that move, and risked the chance of growing shorter when he got older, because of it. I just on my IG froze. I was just you being dramatic. Exactly. That was me being dramatic for the moment, for the cause. To emphasize, the fact that The Rock is not getting nominated anytime soon. The Rock isn't getting nominated for shit if it ain't on the presidential ballot in 2032. Which, if you think about it, The Rock is, I think, 50-something now. 10 years from now, 2032, obviously. 11 years from now, whatever. We're stuck in time right now, according to a calendar, when 2021. It'll be 60-something. And how old is Biden? He's like 70-something, mid-70s, whatever, which is like, you're that old, you don't get to fucking say, oh, I'm in my mid-70s, I'm in my late 70s. That's fucking embarrassing. You're an old fucking fart at that point, so you don't get that entitlement. Mid-20s, that makes sense. Late 30s even, I'll give you that one, because I'm creeping up on that end of my life. But fucking mid-70s, get the fuck out of here. Just die slow and don't bother me. And hopefully you can wipe your ass till the day you drop dead, which I hope to do so too. And by the way, let this be part of my living will and testament. The day I am no longer physically able to do this or that, or more importantly, for the sake of emphasizing that I don't want to die old and miserable, the day I can no longer wipe my ass on my own, which I was so proud of when I started doing on my own, and very well, mind you. Just keep wiping until there's no brown left. When I was like 7 to 6 years old, whatever, wiping my own ass. The day I can no longer on this earth on my own strength, because I'm a lefty. In that case, wiping purposes, it does better. I don't know why. When I can no longer wipe my ass is the day I need to drop dead. That's it. Now, be it 70, be it 60 something, even whatever, be it 80. Just pull the fucking plug on me. Take the life support away. I've lived long enough. And the last thing I'm ever going to live through is fucking having to wear a diaper, someone having to fucking change me or wipe my ass or do any of that for me. I'm good on that. I've been able to fend for myself up until that point in life. I can go into the afterlife. Well, heaven is debatable. I might not be going there necessarily based off the things I said and the things I'm going to probably say later on to like actually build this career of mine. So I have no fear. But who knows? When I'm ready to fucking cross over that fucking bridge into the afterlife, wherever I fucking head, be it up or down, it's all right. Take me away when I can't wipe my ass no more. Meaning, even before that, way before that, The Rock ain't gonna win no fucking awards. He's gonna get nominated on a presidential ballot, that's it. And people are gonna write him in, and then he's gonna fucking low-key win probably in 2032. And he's like, I was just doing that for a show. I didn't really mean I was gonna run for president. I'm just alluding to a joke, whatever. No, they're gonna fucking write him in. They're gonna be like, well, in Young Rock, when that show was still on, you said and pretended you were gonna run 2032. So now it's 2031, October and shit. We're writing you in. So now you're the president as of January 20th or 21st, whatever, 2032. Oh shit, The Rock is the leader of the free world. That's one of the running gags on the show. which is hilarious because there was that old joke, I think, during the last presidential bid, not this one with fuck Joe Budden, uh, Biden and Trump. I think even before that, when it was Trump and Clinton, I want to say, yeah, where people were joking about nominating The Rock to be president because he seems to be the most level-headed guy out of all of them, too. I mean, he's the biggest, the most swole one. He's going to make it till 70, at least still jack as fuck. So we need the inside deets on the president who's going to be swollen, jacked as fuck. I mean, till now, Obama still holds that title. He went into the White House with a six pack, if I remember correctly. He left with stress and white hair and a weakened economy. Not his fault. No, I think he strengthened the economy. Well, that's politics. We're not talking about that right now. It doesn't matter. But yeah. I mean, imagine we get fucking The Rock as a president. That's the running gag on the show as far as they're alluding to. The whole premise is it's 2031, 2032, whatever, and he's running for president. And while he's running for president, they got to do the press runs. They got to go to the morning shows, do all this shit, whatever, too. So in between those interviews, all the fucking places he's going to, they ask him about his, come up as a young boy. How can you relate to the people? You've been this fucking Hollywood star for so long. You've been this fucking larger than life figure for however long it's been now. Can you relate to anybody anymore at all? Blah, 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 et cetera, too. So in between those, it's a pretty good idea that what they've done. In between those mock interviews he's doing on his presidential run is when he brings up stories of, oh, this is how I relate to this from my past when I was younger, be it, they break it up in threes. There's the toddler phase, like 8, 9, 10, whatever. There's the high school, like 15 to 18, something like that. No, 15 to 17. And then there's the college era boy, like Miami U and shit, like 18, 21, whatever. So it's pretty genius. I like that. But the whole approach is the hilarious part is I got my friend who is I Am Mix, past guest on the show, best friend in real life, all that too, who's steaming mad about it. I think still right now because he was a Trump boy, apparently. And still, I wouldn't say holds him in high regards, but he is more leaning towards Trump. And by the way, he's black, so that's still kind of like, huh? So yeah, black Trump supporter, which I'm not offended by. I don't care, honestly. He's still my friend. I didn't think less of him because he came out like a Trump boy like that. Not hardcore, but like more in line with his line of thinking, per se. Like, he still denounces the Republicans and all that shit, too, because he's more politically savvy than I am. But I was just alarmed when he came out as a Trump boy. I was even more alarmed when he got mad about, oh, this fucking young rock bullshit. He's going to run for president. That's disgusting. Who needs an idiot celebrity as a president? It's like, you do remember the president you were advocating for the longest time, who just had his 4th year done and over with just now, right? What's his name? Trump? What was he before he became president? So yeah, what are you fucking spewing and babbling about, idiot? But yeah, we talk to each other like that because we're friends. We know each other since college and shit. But I was just alarmed. And again, by the way, anyone watching this who's not too familiar, not too convinced, he's in on the joke. The fucking Rock. He commented on him before. I'm not running for president. I'm not fit to be president. I'm a fucking overgrown idiot who does really good as an action star in movies, making my living that way, making my ends like that, pretending to be a fucking hero. Why the fuck would I take on that responsibility? He didn't say, well, of course, as beautifully put as I did, but you get the point, though. He's been saying that for the longest time. So it's a running gag, building up to the illusion. Team Castellon. I am a lefty too and can attest to that. But writing cursive left-handed, not smudging the pages. Yes, I'm a righty. I'm not a lefty. I wish I was ambidextrous, but no. Righty is 98% of the task I carry out in daily life. And then the other 2%, let's not get too graphic what I use the left for. But yeah, one of them includes wiping my ass probably with the left hand. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Oh, I didn't even see it. I'm sorry. The real _ Super Nitro is sending a request to be in a live video. If he's still here, hopefully, let's see what he's got to say and chime in with the bro, the fan, Super Nitro, of course. A wrestler, by the way, who admittedly is a fan of The Rock. The Rock is who made him a fan, from what I remember and understand from his story as well, too. So yeah. Oh shit, I might have missed it. I didn't even know that was up there, honestly. Oh, there you are.
What's
What's
up?
up, brother?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, man. What's going on?
I didn't catch your live request till right now. I apologize. I was like mid like stream and
It is
everything
all
too.
right. It is all right. I'm just trying to catch up as to what's going on. Anyways, what are you talking about?
Yeah, well, as you can see in the pinned comment, we're talking about Young Rock, the NBC sitcom starring, of course, the life of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which I was just bringing up right now. I remember you telling me The Rock was unofficially the guy that got you into wrestling, pretty much one of your favorite guys, your rough intro to wrestling, pretty much, right?
Actually, yes. He was by the time I watched wrestling, the man was already at his peak popularity status at his old highest. So it's one of those where I cheated because he was already popular. So it was like, all right, cool. I like The Rock. I mean, can't knock me for being a fan because hey,
No,
even at some point, of course, John Cena was top notch, and I don't like Cena. I mean, I just can't say I hate him, but he just didn't do it for me. So hey, The
yeah,
Rock is what got me into it. So
but The Rock is the perfect example of that guy, be it from that time or any time in wrestling, that could like pull you in, especially the non-wrestling people too, because charismatic, funny, energetic, fully invested in his character, larger than life, built, looks like a wrestler, cool as fuck. Why don't you want to be The Rock? Why wouldn't you want to be The Rock? Even if you were like bigger than The Rock by any sort of chance physically, why wouldn't you want to be The Rock? Basically, once you see him, get a
yeah,
glimpse of him and shit.
yeah. Like I said before, like I remember this was like before Backlash, man. It was like maybe the episode before Backlash, the Raw episode before
Hmm.
Backlash. That man just got me into like wrestling. Mind you, this was before he even ran in the ring and kicked ass. His whole charismatic like energy just like drew me in. I was like, oh shoot, like what is he gonna do next? What is he gonna say next? What is he gonna like the reaction? What is he gonna do? So yeah.
Exactly.
Mel,
And
what up, Mel?
oh,
Mel
shout out
the
to Mel the
Blind
Blind Fury.
Fury. Let's
You've had your run-ins
go.
with him.
Mel Gibson.
And
What it do? What it do?
shout outs to I'm underscore not underscore Tyler Jones for joining as well.
Oh,
Mel.
certified sexy. Him and his partner's missing, but certified sexy. That's who that is.
Ah, okay. Got it, got
Yes.
it.
Yes, certified
Didn't ring a
sexy
bell.
tag team. And we got the Fury, Mel the Blind Fury. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
He's the one I think does double duty as a boxing wrestler, right? I think you put
Boxing,
me on.
wrestler, MMA
Yeah.
fighter, rapper, instrumentist. Like
Oh
he's
shit.
doing it all. So yeah,
Is
give
he
that man.
Jamaican? All them
No.
jobs?
He's not Jamaican. He's Puerto Rican.
Oh shit. Even makes even more sense then.
Yes.
Making ends
Don't
whichever
let
way
him
he can.
don't let him give you the fury. Sorry, Mel. We apologize for that. We are sorry about that. Lo
Yeah, my
siento. Lo
apologies for that, brother.
siento. Lo siento.
Yeah, but let me ask you something since I got you on here. I've been meaning to ask you for the longest time, Nitro.
Mhm.
As far as The Rock being your intro to wrestling, unofficially, let's say, because of how charismatic and, you know, that much of a force to be reckoned with, per se. In the ring, technically, as a wrestler, where do you rank The Rock? Forgetting the mic work, promos, everything, too. Solely on in the ring performance.
Oh, in the ring performance, honestly, I give him a 9-10 because he knows his placement. He knows his footwork. Like he knows his oh my god, what is the word? What is the word? Psychology. His
Mm-hmm.
psychology in the ring is very well. You know what I'm saying? Like he works with everyone. He literally puts his best foot forward with from the luchadors to basically like the strong style. Like he will put his best foot forward, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And his storytelling is phenomenal. So honestly, I give him that because it's one of those like not to say take a move, but tell the story to the next move. So honestly, I give that to The Rock because not many can do that. Like even look at the way he sold Stone Cold Stunner, like his
Yeah.
stunner. Like what I'm saying. He's the way how he jumps up and pops up in the air. Yeah, not many can. Not a lot will do that. So again, his storytelling from receiving and giving the ass whipping, he basically is very charismatic. He's very good in the ring. Like honestly, I give him that. I don't care what nobody say.
You got to give him props
Yeah.
because to pull off the people's elbow of all things and make that a big ass move like everybody will pop for once they saw it, that's charismatic.
Yeah, very. He made, like you said, he made a simple elbow drop. Simple elbow drop. Very charismatic and make you feel like that's like the sweet, like the blows between blows, like the biggest like drill, like takeout move.
And the funny thing in comparison to, I guess, who they try to repeat the formula with him, with John Cena. The crazy thing is, at least the people's elbow connected to like the guy's chest or shoulder, whatever. It landed, it actually made contact.
Yeah.
Cena had the 5-knuckle shuffle, which half the time you know better than I would, depending on the camera angle, whatever. He's clearly missing the guy hitting the mat. Mm-hmm. And the guy's doing his best to sell either way, like he just got fucking stomped out or something.
Yeah.
So, exactly. They tried the same fucking recipe again with the fucking 5-knuckle shuffle, but it doesn't compare to people's elbow, which actually connected Cena. Exactly. No disrespect to Cena, but, come on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, my thing is, like I said, learning and understanding everything like that. Like, Cena's just as to say, Cena's charismatic is just as good. I mean, he has this thing. Everybody has the thing. But, yes, he did what he can to make the guys look good, just as much as he wanted to and vice versa. So, hey, can't knock Cena for that as well.
No.
You're as good as the next opponent. You are as good as your opponent in the ring. And that's the honest to God truth. If your opponent is shit, you will be shit, no matter how good you are. Sure. So prime example, just to say, like, let's go with the women's. Charlotte Flair and was it Brie Bella? As good as Charlotte was, Brie made her look crappy because Brie couldn't keep up with her.
Yeah.
So, just an example. But, let's like head back to the Rock.
Of course. And I mean, listen, so far, I mean, we could go episode through episode 2, but there's like 10 so far. The season ends this coming Tuesday with episode 11, which I think is alluding to, I forget the build up to that one, but so far I've genuinely been enjoying it, even though I've been fucking removed from wrestling officially. And that's no disrespect to you. I'm not even throwing that on you, but just the product itself, everything itself, like I can't no more. It's just too robbing me of my time. I can invest in doing other things instead. But how have you been watching the Rock series, and are you liking it if you have?
Yes, I actually have been. And, honestly, like, it's really been good, like, especially getting the youth, like you said, from his 9 to 10, 11 age, then his teenage age and his young adult, going into manhood. Like, it's been pretty good. I mean, like, honestly, like, hey, that's the PG version of the show. Like, if we really want to get to the gist of it, like, we go to Hulu and etc., because they will really tell the real story. But off of the fact of what's been going on, it's been pretty interesting. It's been pretty entertaining. So, it's really good. Hey, like, for what it is, it's really good. I mean, I like it because, again, that's like the fun side of The Rock, what his life has been, the fun side of it, with a little bit of his growing up. But if you really want, for those who's really looking for a real biographic, I mean, like basically a real bio of The Rock, wait till Hulu and Netflix do it. You'll get everything, or even Viceland. You'll get it. But just to entertain yourself, enjoy it. It's pretty cool, because they are accurate. Correction, maybe 50 to 60% accurate as to his life, but, everything else is just literally washed down. Mel, I haven't caught it yet. Catch it, Mel. It's pretty good, man. It's really short. Seriously, like 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes at the most. You'll catch up real fast. You can watch it now and be done by 1 o'clock. You're like, oh, I caught up to everything.
Yeah. And honestly, too, it's low-key funny. Like, they can try so hard to be corny or, like, wrestling joke-specific and all that, too. No, they got, like, universal appeal jokes. It's legitimate funny, even if you don't give a shit about wrestling.
The Iron Sheik is hilarious. The way how he's hilarious. Iron Sheik is very hilarious. He's like, oh, I can't say this. I can't say that.
That part was funny. Yeah, the build-up to the Battle Royal, I think, that episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that also. It could have gone so many ways with this show, too, because it could have been either too wrestling heavy or specific, and it could have, like, drawn, like, so much of the crowd away, which NBC doesn't want to do. Or it could have been too light on the wrestling, where it's like never mentioned, never brought up. It's just strictly his childhood. Oh, his dad happened to be a wrestler. His grandfather too as well. but let's not even look at wrestling or bring it up at all. No, they romanticize it enough. Like the Battle Royal episode, I think like the 5th or 4th episode in the season. There's a couple of matches here and there too. Like the one I liked a lot also was the one where he finally goes out with Finance Karen and brings her to the fucking flea market.
Yeah,
to
and
see
then
his
also,
dad.
what episode you up to? Because I don't want to ruin it for you real quick.
No, I'm all caught up. I'm just waiting for Tuesday for the last one.
The part where basically like I guess he stood her up because he was going to sneak out the house, and I guess this was one of those where he chose to not want to, like, he wanted to earn his mother's trust because mommy decided to finally put the foot down. I like how they made it like mommy introduced the "it doesn't matter" phrase, because like, what do you think you're doing? It doesn't matter what it is. I'm like, oh, so mommy introduced the phrase of "it doesn't matter." So it's those little things, those little, I guess those, they call it Easter eggs, I guess, right? Where catch on to certain things of that sort. I love too how they make the other wrestlers, like they give them a lot of humor, because you know they give them a lot of humor with their character. Like even Macho Man, he's like, when the grandmother caught him, like, oh, you really are with your girlfriend? He's like, yeah, I'm with my girlfriend. Like, what do you have it? So it's pretty fun. I like it because, you know, it's like, you don't, obviously we see the dark side of these wrestlers, the real down ugly of them. So it's great to see like the little funny humor side of, okay, yeah, you know, these guys are funny, or they can be funny, you know, or the situation can be hilarious, versus just, all right, we all know at this point, we all know what the wrestlers been through, the hard knock life, and the things they have to do to cope with whatever they're going through. So to see this humorous, funny side of it is pretty good. It's pretty entertaining.
I like it because, of course, we could be like drowned in like dark side of the ring, which is great in itself, but it's emphasizing the dark part of everything that, you know, these guys we know already have these like dark pasts or currently living through them dark part of histories of wrestling too. We got enough of that. We got enough documentaries alluding to like the bad stuff, you know, they're so miserable because of the pain they go through or the careers they should have had but didn't. They're one of the best wrestling movies I still put up there high up is The Wrestler with fucking Mickey Rourke. I can't watch that movie anymore because it kind of hits too close to home for me on my end. And overall, it's just sad and too beautifully done in that sense. But yeah, it's nice to see something, you know, cheerful, delightful, funny like this is. Because this could have been corny too. This could have been one of those Netflix WWE movies like they did with like what was it? I forget who was in it, but they were like remaking like Mike with wrestling not too long ago. Like they were promoting that shit, and or like the Marine 7 or 8 at this point too. Like who cares for that?
Yeah, it's like at this point, it's like I like Fast and the Furious, but then after a while, we up to the 9th one. I'm like, all right, by the time the 20th one comes, we'll be in space. Like they be in space.
Yeah, we fight on Jupiter on one of the rings and stuff.
Like basically, the rocket would launch and it would explode, going halfway to the moon. The car would drift on Mars, and then the sun would hit. It would almost hit the sun, but it would do a swerve and go back into Earth's core. And here we go. We got we lead it into part 21.
or what's the name? Fucking what's the girl in that series? The Spanish girl. I always forget her name.
I know who you talk about. Man, I forget her name too. But yeah,
Michelle Rodriguez, right?
Yes, Michelle Rodriguez, the one who we thought died in like part 3 or 4?
And all of a sudden comes back like nothing.
Tokyo Drift.
Yes. Oh, Tokyo Drift is so bad. I hated that one.
You know what's funny? I love how I figured they probably didn't think that the franchise would last as long as it did. So when you make a movie because you're thinking, hey, this situation or this thing failed, this franchise failed, and then when you see how successful it's getting, now you want to eliminate like it never happened. I'm like, yes, it did. We remember that. So how are you going to go around that now?
No, and that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah, because 3 was treated like whole new cast halfway across the world. Like they were trying to purposely sabotage to be like, okay, if this one sucks ass, then at least we just cap it off here. And never visit again. That's interesting. I didn't think about it that way, but it was still bad regardless.
Part 4. It's like they try to bring it. They did bring it back to life, and then they did part 4. That's when they was like, oh shoot, we can succeed with this. I'm like, but we did part 3, so how are we going to tell that story? Was it somebody was just smoking and go, yes, this is what happened in Fast and Furious 3. But anyways, yes, like we were saying, like, you know, the show, The Rock, sorry, let's get back on track. Young Rock is very good. Like, you know, I like how they portraying the story on a funny aspect, you know, and I like how they really kind of going back and forth. They're not really like starting young, going middle, and then young, and then older. They really like on they're really going off of, oh yeah, I remember when I was 13. Then episode 5 would be, oh yeah, I remember when I was 18. Then episode 7 would be like, oh yeah, I remember when I was 9. Then episode is like, I remember when I was 15. And it's like, wow, you know, it's funny. Wait, hold on. Joseph A. Thomas. She came back like nothing happened. Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
She did. Like, oh yeah, you know, don't worry. Listen, that car that flipped over, that wasn't me.
like Michelle Rodriguez does in every movie. She just like frowns as soon as they pan the camera on her. She's like, yeah, that was nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just a bullet. I'll live. Something like that. However she talks.
Oh man, but yes, like, you know, it's just like, sorry, going back to the show again.
Yeah.
It's really good. You know, it's good. It's funny. You know, it's for what it is. Take it for what it is. Again, you know, people who look into too much of, oh, it's not a real documentary. I'm like, listen, calm down. This is just, you know, this is just fun. This is just entertainment. You're looking for a documentary. Don't worry. Viceland, or like I said earlier, Viceland and whatever the hell. Hulu and Netflix, even Amazon Prime could probably make one for you. Yeah, exactly. We're not going to go there, but they will make one for you, and you get all the serious details that you want. You know, because we already know, yes, we know that there's more details as to Rock and, you know, Rock's father's situation, you know, his Rocky Johnson. Like, he's already telling enough that his father wasn't making enough, but I like how they, pamper it. Like, all right, we know that his father wasn't doing well, but we're not going to dwell on it or make it so depressing. We're just going to make it like, okay, yeah, he wasn't doing good, but his father was, what I like is like they make it that his father's very jipper and happy. Like, hey, listen, you know, and he's very attentive to his son and support his son. And that's good, you know, because we already know how Rocky Johnson was towards his son. I mean, he did support him in the football. He is one of those when he wanted to do wrestling because his father already knew what wrestling did for him. He was like, I don't want you to do this because look at what it did for me. It damn near destroyed us. I don't want you to go through that. But, you know, little did he know, like, of course, years later, his son will be the biggest superstar in the world.
Exactly. It paid off, too.
Yeah. So.
And he's the first of his kind to do it, third generation, too, which is a pleasant surprise, too. But, yeah, and also shout outs to the actor. I don't know his name, but the actor playing The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson. He's really good throughout, plays him. I would swear he was his dad for real, which is
exactly. Yes, that's when you know you're doing your job right. When you have people thinking that whatever character you're portraying, good, bad, and ugly, you making the people invest in you. Like the worst is playing a asshole or a person, a dislikable character that people are gonna want to knock you down. I'm like, it's just a character. I'm just a character. I'm not this person. You know, that's when you know you're doing your job right. But he is the guy who is playing The Rock's father. He is doing a great job because he's making me think. I'm like, that's his dad. I thought his dad was dead. So, you know, it's good. It's good.
Might as well be.
Yeah, it's good to see.
But overall, the show's been really good. And again, not because I've grown up on wrestling just like you, or we love this so much to a point where, you know, you're making a living off of it right now. And you plan to expand in that too, and I support you 100%. I mean, that wrestling I will support, whatever you do. Count on me for that. I don't give a shit what Drew McIntyre, what he's doing, or what's getting shoved down our throats with him every fucking week too. At this point, I'm done with that. But yeah, the show overall really is funny. I love that they did that as far as like it's out of order. It's not necessarily the first half of the season's when he's young. The second half's going to be teenage, high school. Towards the end, it's going to be, you know, college, whatever, Miami U. It's like bouncing around. He's in like a real life scenario case of making his presidential bid. Oh, yeah, this story relates to this. Oh, yeah, that reminds me of the time when whatever. That's different. It's a great approach because people can't get tired and be like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch until the season's done because that's when he'll finally be in the wrestling ring or like he'll finally be in the football days, whatever. You got to watch each one to know like, okay, where are they going with this one? Where's this one gonna end up? Whatever. Too. Honestly, overall, like all the episodes have been good so far. Like I don't have one to complain about. I was already kind of hooked from the first episode because I was going in with like some sort of caution from like episode one because I'm thinking not necessarily gonna like make the parents look great or like everything was hunky dory, whatnot. Too, it was real enough. It was funny. I like that it was funny. They
Yeah.
actually nailed that part because it could have been hokey. It could have been too many wrestling jokes that no one gets but wrestling fans, and even they'll hate it because they called the arm drag an arm bar or whatever by mistake or some technical bullshit like that. But no, everything's actually funny. Everything's presented well. Another key point for me, just like we talked about the dad on the show, the casting has been like A1 almost. Like
Yeah.
everybody looks how they're
Honestly, yeah.
supposed to look, represents what it's supposed to represent. Everything's been like, wow, they kind of knocked it out the park. Even like the mom.
Yeah, it's like, mom, I'm like, that's when you know you're doing your job well, when the characters you're portraying, people believe that you're the characters that they're portraying. And like I said, mom looked like mom, dad looked like dad. The Rock, from the kid to the teen to the adult, looks like the Rock. It's like you just can't get no better than that. Grandma, I ain't gonna lie, grandma though, grandma, rest her soul, but grandma was on some sneak. I'm like, not sneak, but she was on some, like, you get it. She had to do what she had to do because Chief was gone, so she had to put herself. I mean, that goes for any woman. Jump off real quick, like, that goes for any woman, like, that has to basically let herself be known in a male-dominated world. That, listen, this is the game I'm going to play. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to go about it. Because, hey, men, of course, they're going to do what they're going to do to get over. So for her having to take over as Chief Maivia is like, like, supporter, that was the wife. So it's like, I gotta let it be known, like, don't mess with me or I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Because she wasn't nothing to play with. I'm like, mind you, this is all wrestling. I'm like, wow, thank God this is wrestling, not no drug game. But just saying,
Close
like,
enough with her.
yeah, it's like the way how she was, the way she was moving. I'm like, yeah, grandma was not playing. But then also, like, let's jump forward. Not jump forward. Let's go add more to it. This is also the reason why The Rock didn't like Shawn Michaels, because remember, grandma was basically doing a show, or of course she had the promotion, and I guess Shawn Michaels disrespected her. This is why, like, The Rock overall loves the women in his life, from his grandmother to his mother. Like, you see it in the show, like, he loves them. Like, it's all about them. He even said it. He said he loves strong, independent, like, he loves strong, supporting strong women. So it's like, you see his grandmother, you see how he was. Like, he held a grudge against Shawn Michaels for years because of his grandmother. Like, that's enough to tell you that this man supports the women in his life. He strongly supports the women in his life. So it's like, hey, and this show just validates that. But anyways, we're just going off with grandma. Like, grandma just was not playing that. You see how she thought when Rocky was, like, trying to leave the promotion, how she switched it on him. Like, I was like, oh, damn. So, but yeah, the show is good, man. Like I said, I like the show. I like for what it is. It's pretty good. It's one of those, like, hey, listen, you're not going to get the real life to 100%, storytelling here. Like, you're going to get the nice comical aspect with the truth, but just, little, like, how you say, a little fabricated here and there, but just to make it interesting. You're
gonna fluff it up.
Yeah, you're like, yes, remember this happened, but we're gonna change this narrative instead of this because we want you to enjoy this.
Exactly. And the funny part is too, I'm sure since it's partly from his production company as well, he does have enough weight to make it go the way he wants it to go too, or have the story be told as close to the source as possible too. I mean, writers are going to be able to have input and make it, sexier or better for TV and shit too, jokes and all that too, more effectively. But I'm sure he had, like, the final decision overall, or on a broader scale too.
Yeah.
It's for him as well. I mean, it's to make him look better, if anything, too. So it's his benefit. But
I mean, because of course, it's like you said, you don't want, like, we already, again, everyone knows the world of wrestling, and we know the dark side of it. We know.
Yeah.
We know. At this point, there's no sugarcoating. We know. We know. Bad guy sexiness. What up, man? What up? Eric Jaden, what's up, man? This dude right now is a strong guy. You know, I don't want to put his business, but he's fighting a battle. No, seriously, he's fighting a battle, and I'm giving him, you know, my Super Saiyan Spirit Bomb energy. Keep up, keep fighting, man. Seriously, keep fighting. Let's go. Seriously, let's go. Keep doing your
Whatever you're
thing,
going
man.
through, you'll get through it, man.
You will get through it. Keep going,
Heads
man.
up.
Seriously, keep going. But we talking about The Rock. We're talking about The Rock. So, you know, Jay Vega, this man right here, another one. He is sorry, he makes figures. He makes figures. And you know, customized figures. Sorry, customized figures. He do his thing. Good,
Oh,
you know, another good guy. Yes.
I thought you meant like bread,
Appreciate
like
it.
stacks or something like
yes. No, action figures.
that. Okay.
That's the, you know, he's the guy that made my Super Nitro, the first Super Nitro action figure.
I was gonna ask you if he was the one.
The gold one. Appreciate
Gotcha,
it. Yes,
gotcha.
man. Yes, guys. Seriously. Jaden, for real, man. We here with you. I'm here with you, all right? Keep fighting. Seriously, keep fighting. I'm here with you.
You'll get through. Super Nitro said so.
Yes.
You'll kick someone in the mouth for it.
No trademark. But yeah, I mean, you know, like I was just saying again, the show is good. You know, enjoy it for what it is. Have fun. He's still telling the truth. He's not basically making up nothing. You know, it's not like we all know Rock that didn't happen, but again, you know, love, man. Seriously, love, love you
Much
too.
love, bad guy sexiness.
That's Eric Jaden, part of the Sujin squad. Before that was the Saiyan squad, but because of trademark, we got to change the name. So Sujin squad, Saint Sujin squad.
Sujin squad.
Saint Sujin
I remember
squad.
Oh, say Sujin.
There you go, Saint Sujin squad.
I thought you were telling me to say Sujin only.
Yes,
okay, say Sujin. Gotcha.
Yes. I need to get a team to go up against his crew, but we're going to talk about that another time.
I remember you were hyping them up, though, on some while ago. Yeah, I remember.
Yes. See, yes,
gotcha.
Saint Sujin squad. There you go. See, Saint Sujin squad.
Saint Sujin squad.
Satsujin. No, Satsujin. Sorry, Satsujin squad. Yeah, Satsujin.
Oh, you were getting wrong. I was getting wrong. Okay.
I know, right? He going to kick both of our asses. But nah, you know, that's right. That's a battle I want to do. That's another battle. You got to do it. Eric, we got one more battle, bro. One more match. We're gonna do it. And we're gonna have a good one. Iron Man. I think we should do an Iron Man match, but we should do it. Yes, that would be good. But all right, I don't want to take over the show with
no, you're good. You're good.
Eric, one more, man, one more. So yes, go ahead.
Give in, Eric.
No, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, but no, I think I was just going to get to the end of things, though, too. Overall, just the show's been enjoyable. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to season 2 because it's The Rock. He's going to rock bottom somebody if they tell him that, you know, a jabroni, let's say, says, oh, we've been reconsidering season 2. Maybe, I don't know, let's take a year off or something like that. Like, no, he's going to put someone through a table if they even say, like, no season 2 for now. Well, let's just hold off on that for now. I think it's good. They keep the same formula. Storytelling wise, how they're doing it, I think it'll do just fine because there's plenty of stories left. Yeah, overall, I don't know how you feel, but overall, I'd say maybe it's got like 3 seasons, maybe 4 might be dragging.
Yeah, because you know, it's one of those. All right, you got season 1, which is his childhood to his teenage to his college years. Right, then you can do season 2 where he still wants to do his football, and then he's thinking about wrestling. He's going to go at it with his father because remember, he going at it with his father about wrestling because his father did not want him to pursue the wrestling because he didn't want him to ruin his life because it did for him. With that being said, he's building up to be a wrestler. He's like, oh yeah, you know, you can do stories where remember the time where, you know, I trained with my dad. My dad trained me. Remember the time when his dad was like, I'm not going to baby you. You want to be baby, go to mom. So you can sugarcoat that and make it like, hey, listen, you got to be tough. And, you know, you're going to sugarcoat it. Like, you got to be tough. If not, then mommy's going to be all in like, oh, don't do Dewey like that. Season 3 can be him pursuing his wrestling career, but still learning about the business, still understanding how the business works. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that can work 3. And then, like you said, if we're pushing 4, it's going to drag out, but we know where it's going to lead from there. But there's some stories right there you can do. Or
maybe take 3, put that in 2 parts, like you were saying. Like the first half might be like very getting his feet wet, like Rocky Maivia kind of thing, or like when he was doing like I think he said the Indies at some point too, like doing that, and then halfway through the second half of season 3 could be like, all right, finally I'm turning all that off. Fuck this, I'm the Rock now, because people are holding up the Die Rocky Die sign and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like 4 can be, like you said, 4 can be him going transitioning into Hollywood, because remember he did do that. You're like, oh, just like the time I went to do this movie, The Mummy, blah blah blah. Yeah, he can do that, so it works.
Yeah.
It could work for him. It could work. We can get 4. Maybe we might not like the 4th season, maybe, but at least we know we'll like the 3. You know, because we know what happens.
Yeah, because then after that too, it's kind of like pointless, because then it'll be getting too wrestling specific, and then there's nothing else to really tell from there.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you're going to lose a lot of people that might have just liked it for, oh, I just like it because it's funny or charming or whatever.
Yeah,
or I watch it with my family kind of thing.
And remember, this is for the general audience. This is not for the wrestling crew. If it was for the wrestling crew, this would have been done differently. But because this is for the general audience, they're basically trying to add everything. Like you said, it's not really wrestling specific. It's more like, yes, we were wrestlers and they'll show moments of the wrestling, but it's technically more about my life. So it's going to be like, I remember when I chose a banana, versus when us as wrestling fans know, well, what about the time when you wrestled? No, it's not about his wrestling life. It's about his life in general leading to wrestling.
Oh, what about the dark match in Portland, Oregon, back in 2001 that you did right before the Scorpion King, and you botched the rock bottom, whatever? Is that going to be on the episode? No, you fuck.
Yeah, exactly. But this is what, remember, like, we know these are the people that they want. This is what people are going to want. Hey, what's up? I know you're done with wrestling, but I highly suggest you check out Deathmatch Wrestling if you're into blood and stuff. All right, we will. 810 versus the World.
Oh, yeah, that's Villeneuve. I think he is a former MMA fighter, now a wrestler, too. So you guys are both in the same industry. So
yeah, all right.
That should definitely link up. He's good people.
I hope to see you in the ring one day, man. Seriously.
Yeah, he's good people. He's good people. But yeah. I think 4 seasons might be pushing it, but it could still be done the way we would kind of like freelancing it right now. But yeah, I'm gonna finally go and give it a rating, because it's about that time, and people are getting upset that I haven't been incorporating the ears. Feel free to stay though, because I want to get your input too. So because people are demanding the ears, and I have been ignoring them unconsciously, they just kind of been there props, but I haven't been using them. They kind of been like background scenery. I've implemented the rating system now to forcibly have to use the ears. So as far as the Young Rock, the sitcom, NBC, the Peacock presenting to the world, the life, the times, the story of Young Rock, literally, I'm going to have to be comfortable enough to say, I'm going to pass it off to the guest first before I can actually tell you what I think. How do you rate it out of, let's say, 4 stars, Nitro? Where do you put it at?
4 stars, I give it a 3.5.
Really? Okay.
3.5, yes. I mean, I like it. There are like some things, but off of my personal, but overall, I really enjoy it and I really love it. So, I'm like, I know that there are some things that are missing, but that's me being biased off of being a wrestler. So I'm going to go for that. But overall, storytelling and delivery is pretty good. Yeah. So 3.5 for me.
I'm not going to disagree with you at all, because, again, it's been actually like a diamond in the rough, per se. It's actually one of these things called funny, which is very hard to do even for like a regular sitcom, so let alone a sitcom based off of wrestling or influenced by a wrestler. It'd be really hard to pull off, you'd think. Yeah. And like I was saying early in the episode, I thought this would be more like up the alley if the WWE Network existed still on its own. Or this could have been like a Peacock exclusive or something like that only. But they took a risk with it, put it on NBC, primetime, Tuesdays, 8:30. I've been watching it live for every episode. A rare thing to do nowadays in the era of streaming and on demand and whatever too. But I've been enjoying it. It's fun. I can actually recommend this to people who don't like wrestling and never did, who aren't rock fans at all too. or who actually want to have like a good laugh and appreciate the show for being
No,
funny.
technically Dwayne fans, because
Ah,
some people don't know The Rock. They just know him as Dwayne Johnson. So when they do see him as The Rock, they're like, wait, what you talking about? He's not The Rock. He's Dwayne. I'm like, shut up. You don't know nothing.
that is true. I did bring that up earlier too. There's a whole select audience that knows him as just Dwayne, the oversized Rock Johnson, the
Basically.
actor.
Yes,
Let's
the
just,
actor. Because
yeah,
he has been
because
active for a long time, so I'm quite sure for those who, like, for when he returned back to the ring, that's probably the first time that some people even were introduced to The Rock. And then when you look at The Rock from the past, they probably was like, "That's not him. That's somebody else." I'm like, "That
he
is."
has hair.
He has hair, exactly. That's probably what it is. He has hair. He's different. I'm like, but that is him. That's The Rock.
Exactly, but yeah, it's been a pleasant surprise though up until now. Season 1's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and be comfortable enough to say I'm gonna give it 1.5 years. I got to out of 2 years. I got to go with that system. You know, I'm missing half a year just for the sake of, and I won't dare say it's perfect because it's not, but it is really good. At least season 1 has been really good so far. There's one episode left to actually make it to season finale this Tuesday coming up, Tuesday 8:30 on NBC, or the Peacock day after. You know, don't forget about the cock. But yeah, it's been enjoyable. Have fun with it. And yeah, 1.5 years is what I got to give it out of 2. Because you can't go beyond 2 unless you're like, I don't know,
Oh,
you've been
wait.
exposed to like toxic waste.
The only JT Riddick,
Hey, speaking of
C. Joseph,
fans,
and Jerry the Kid. They joining. What up, guys? My
shout out to
tag
JT
team
Riddick.
partner, JT Riddick, Brooklyn Dynasty. What it do? What's up, Jerry the
Legit,
Kid? What's up?
legit your blood partner because he's your brother,
Yes,
of
he
all
is.
things.
Yes.
In case
Yes. You
people
know.
don't know.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Actually, you know what? If he's fully available, JT, at least to close off properly, I love to get his opinion on if he's been watching Young Rock at all. If you can hear me, JT, feel free to chime in, send an invite. We'll definitely have you in at least to close off the episode.
Yeah, exactly. JT, if you in there, bro, come on. You know, if you
Yeah,
here,
don't be shy.
don't be shy. Join in, bro. Join in. I
Even
wonder
though I
if
think he was more of an Owen boy.
Oh yeah, there we go. Look, the dynamic duo is here. All right, yo, listen, join in. Close us off. Let's close off. Let's close off. Let's see.
Let's
Let's
see.
see.
Or maybe I'll send him the invite. Let's see.
Yeah, send him the invite. I don't know how. Yeah, I'm trying to see how this works. You are the one ahead of this.
Yeah, I sent the invite now, so it's just a matter of him accepting if he's gonna, grace us with his presence.
Exactly, right? It's been a while. It feels like when, to me, it feels like when Jericho left and he came back in '07. This is what it feels like right now. Like he needs to, we got to do the countdown for JT Riddick. It's like, who is Super's partner? Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
There
right
There he
here.
you
is.
go. JT Riddick.
JT.
What's
JT
going on, guys?
What's going on?
What's the question?
I was gonna ask if you've been watching Young Rock at all, and if you have, how you feel about it, how you liking it so far.
I actually haven't seen it. I saw that when I was looking at the Austin documentary. I saw that it was out. I was like, oh snap! I thought that it was gonna be out later on this year. So I wanted to watch it to see, how it's gonna be.
Ah man, so I could put you on. We could both put you on.
Okay.
It's a pretty good representation of The Rock in his life. It's literally like a rated G version of it. Like we said before, like if you wanted like a whole serious documentary of like The Rock's life, wait for Viceland or Netflix or Hulu
Yeah.
or Amazon Prime to do it. But if you just want a nice general laugh, believe it or not, it's fun and entertaining.
It's
Seriously,
actually
it's very
good.
fun and entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it because you see The Rock himself. He's like really fun, entertaining, and when I saw the trailers of it, I got a like That 70s Show vibe, so I didn't take it that it was going to be so doom, dark, and serious and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Like if it was on HBO, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Like
But what is it on
HBO,
ABC or NBC?
Showtime,
NBC.
NBC,
Okay,
yeah.
power went out. That's so annoying.
The Rock
But
hurt.
hey, I'm gonna run. It was fun. I'm here with the
All right, bro.
family.
All right, take care.
Got you.
Later.
Appreciate it.
Later.
Family man. Well, I am too, but you know, he's with the extended family.
Yeah, yeah. He's got to pay more attention to them. They need him.
Exactly.
He's in high demand.
Yes, is Mama Nitro and is Mama Brooklyn Dynasty birthday.
Oh, is it today? Wow. Happy
Yes.
birthday to her then. Happy birthday
Yes.
to Mama Nitro.
Yes. Mama Nitro
Would
and
it
Mama
be?
Ritter.
Or would it be Mama Dynasty? Because she's the
Mama Dynasty. That's the best way. Mama Dynasty.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good to get JT to weigh in on that. You know, always appreciate him coming through, at least chiming in for a little bit. If anything, hopefully by season 2, the end of, I'll definitely do another recap on the show then. I'd love to get his input. Hopefully he's caught up by then, Betty had said,
Hopefully,
to really
because
see that.
hopefully, one thing good about this show is literally like 20 minutes, 22, so you can really catch up within like less than 2-3 hours. Honestly, you can
It's
really
a
like,
quick binge.
if you're really sitting down and paying attention, you're like, oh, okay, I'm done. And it's only like if you start now, you'd be done by 1:30. Maybe I'm like,
Exactly.
maybe I'm
No,
getting.
and it's a good watch. So I think anybody, even I dare say non-wrestling, might actually enjoy it, at least commit to it, and take something from it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is The Rock. He seems to have this universal charm outside of wrestling and that universe to like just take over the world. Potentially, he might even be president. I dare say, he might even pull it off if he really wanted to.
He can. And one thing about like The Rock, I know there are other wrestling actors, but the one thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna involve Hulk Hogan and The Rock is that The Rock is actually a good actor. Hulk Hogan was just because he was Hulk Hogan. Remember, I think we said that before. Because Hulk Hogan was just Hulk Hogan, that was what got him over in general in acting in movies. Because Hulk Hogan is in the movie or whatever the heck it is, that's what's going to get him over. Whereas The Rock is, yes, he's in it, but his acting is good enough as well to get him over as much as his wrestling persona. So that's what's differentiate them too. That's why The Rock, I give him the up status. Like, yeah, he's a great wrestling actor. Now Batista's good too. Now, but I'm saying like
Batista's low-key hilarious.
He is. Batista's really good. It's just obviously everyone is on The Rock's sack, so it's like, hey, But honestly, it's the truth is the truth. But Batista's really good. Like him, especially in the role he played in Guardians of the Galaxy and being in the Marvel franchise, it's like he's really doing good. He's done good in other movies in general too that he's done. He's good. Like of course everyone critique wrestlers as just basically jarheads, muscle heads. But these guys can act too because we have to honestly act as well to show y'all, to make y'all believe that everything what we do is legit. So,
Yeah, I mean, couldn't have said it better. And also, I mean, yeah, we can leave that for another time. That's fine. But yeah, so we definitely agree. You go 3.5 stars out of 4 for Young Rock, the series, season 1 at least right now. We'll see how season 2 pans out. I'm going with 1.5 out of 2 possible, just because we liked it that much.
Yes.
Anything you want to close out with, bro, since your special guest is always here, and feel free to speak your piece, present your platform.
Thank you for having me, man. It's always a pleasure being on your platform, and it's always an honor for you to have me and have me there. So, and I'm sorry, here. So, again, check out Who This and Fuck It. And also check out myself, the real_super nitro on Instagram. I have things coming up. I'm GSW. Global Syndicate Wrestling. We're having a pay-per-view May 22nd. Catch that. I will be there. I'll be going against two teams. A team.
Oh shit.
Don't want to speak on it now, but you don't want to miss it. But again, you don't miss my guy as well. Who this is / fuck it. Not F-U-C-K. The fuck it. F-U-G-G-I-T. Fuck it. So
because you know what my end game is with that, with fuck it. It's I'll let you in on the insider tip right now. Pause. I'm trying to eventually get like a pastor, like a fucking like Joel Osteen or something like that, to have to say the name of my show and have to have it coming out of their mouths. On a Sunday, we'll record it live just so they have to say it. You're gonna put respect on my name. You're gonna be on the show. If I'm gonna forge a platform, you gotta say the name of my show, just so they have to say it, and I'll get them that way. Like, gotcha. That's it.
Gotcha. You didn't actually say the word. You said syllables, quick, similar to sweet
It's
Sally.
close enough without getting on God's bad side, basically. So stop being a pussy.
Exactly. Rabito the Wolf. Rabito. Oh, he's an upcoming artist. Gotta check him out. He's an upcoming artist, man. He's doing his thing as well, you know. Rapping,
Artist
singing.
in what aspect?
Musical artist. Rapping, singing.
Ah,
Yes, you know, he's even a comedian. Sorry, I said comedy. Comedian as well. You know, he does a little skit here and there every once in a blue. But, you know, he do his thing. He can do it. He just got to focus more. Bro, you got to keep on. Keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. Seriously.
Nice.
It's been.
Well, yeah. Shout out to Robito the Wolf. Shout out to Sweet Sally Nuts, which is AKA Bad News Vaughn, Bill LeVaughn, as I mentioned before. And yeah, Super Nitro as always. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for like chiming in, joining in on the fun. Oh, we got the
princess right here.
The special guest.
Warrior Princess. Mwah.
Hello and hello to you.
Say hello to the world.
Hello, world. Says it right back to you.
Hello to the
Keep
world.
Keep it in the family. Well, yeah, Nitro, thank you so much again. I appreciate it as always. You know, shout out to the princess, of course. Make sure you have a good night, you too, and stay safe. And keep me posted on that event you got going on. Now, if anything, hopefully maybe I can come out and check it out, whatever, like last time.
Copy that. I'll send you the details.
Definitely, man. Appreciate you, man.
All right, guys. Thank you. Listen, you have a good one.
All right, have a good one. Right, and we're going to go ahead and close things off right now for this special jam-packed, guest-riddled edition of Who This Been Watching. It's always a pleasant surprise. Like, I don't ever say no to whoever chimes in, whoever jumps in here to join in on the fun. It's always fun. As I was saying, Sweet Sally Nuts or Bill LeVaughn, everything too. Definitely link up with Nitro. He's a good guy. He's a wrestler too. Known him for a while now. Can vouch for him 100%. Great guy, committed to his act, and I can only see him growing from here because he knows how to network. He knows how to market himself properly. Gets along real well with people. So thanks to everybody else who joined in. So many to name. I'm happy to say that because it just means everybody was having fun and chiming in and commenting and all that shit too. For the fact that we did this one, Young Rock, Season 1 recap review. We already said what we said about it. That's enough being said for tonight. It's Saturday. It's late. It's, oh God, it's 1 minute shy of fucking midnight. Oh, the technical difficulties and literally physical barriers being put in front of me to stop me from trying to do my thing. It might have stopped me for like 20 or so minutes, so I started late. Forgive me, that happens. I'm human. I have my faults. But guess what? I still did it. And it's done now. We're at the end of the show, I promise. But yeah, Who This Been Watching? Young Rock Season 1 recap review. Done in the history books. Settled it. It's a great show. Watch it. I recommend it. The season finale should be this coming Tuesday, 8:30 on NBC Live, or if you dare to do so afterwards, or you're a fan of the cock like that, Peacock streaming next day available just for you out there. Anybody watching and taking this all in. But yeah, thanks again. Check me out next Friday, regular schedule time, 10 p.m. for Who This Been Watching, as I do always here first on IG Live, at Who This Is One on Instagram. A couple of days later up on YouTube, youtube.com/Who This Is One, as well as the audio format, the audio version of it up on any podcasting platform of your choice and or preference. Make sure to check it out. Show love. All fucking brand new episodes will be every Tuesday from now on. So we got one ready for Tuesday. That'll be ready up and stuck in the clouds for you to download and listen to, watch, preferably as well. Or if my face is too intolerable for you to take, you can just listen to it then. Do me that favor in that case. But yeah, who's been watching? Thanks to everybody. I'll see you. Have a good night. Stay safe. Tuck yourself in tight. Don't give no space to the bed bugs that crawl in and get in your ass or in your ear, eyes, wherever they fucking get stuck and find themselves in the following morning when you're unpleasantly surprised with, oh, bed bugs. It's true. It wasn't an old wives' tale. Fuck.